Now, I wanted to show you something and do a quick case study on something that we've been working on this week because it is actually Alison Reynolds' birthday today in Australia, although it is still Sunday night here in the UK and also Sunday in the US. But basically, it came about that somebody said, "Can we do something special for Alison's birthday?" And we did a bit of a brainstorm, and we weren't sort of getting anywhere. We got bits of ideas. So I want to show you, the first thing I want to show you is a FriendFeed room I set up called Operation Undercover. Now I'm sure that gave it away to Alison if she saw that in one or two of our lists. But Operation Undercover was where we went to start discussing what we were going to do. And as you can see, we've got a couple of pages of it. And this has literally been going since about the 25th, I think we started. Just have a look. Oh no, it started on the 24th. So we had an initial idea and then we thought, well, that wasn't going to happen. So we started brainstorming some more ideas. And I think it shows this wonderful thing with FriendFeed that I've discovered since Alison and Barb and I have been working together on things, is this how wonderful the FriendFeed rooms are for collaboration. And you can have private friend feed rooms, or you can have open ones. So this obviously one was private because we didn't want anybody else to see what we were doing. And and sorry, I'm laughing because Bill has put, can you tell me that we're tracking this to see how big this actually gets? Barb, question mark. Barb is known as the Queen of Stats, and he's saying we'd love to see a huge viral uptake. So I won't. We obviously haven't got to the point of explaining to you exactly what this is yet, but basically, when I've gone off track completely. So basically, we set up this friend feed room to start brainstorming what we were going to do, and very quickly decided we were going to do a bit of a treasure hunt because we had lots of different things that we wanted to show Alison for her birthday. We also brainstormed a really cool present. So at the end of this, she should get a caricature of her cat, Luna, who is a Sphinx cat. That's Luna, looking like a chicken, a raw chicken, and that's Luna when she was being toilet trained. And so the caricature, which fingers crossed is going to arrive before the treasure hunt ends, is of Luna with a pink mankini on, which is private joke, or it's not so private, but a 30-day challenge immediate edge related joke on the toilet, hopefully. So that's the final result. But we wanted to get her there, and we wanted to do it, have fun, and so we were like, well, what about a Twitter treasure hunt? And of course, that opens up huge possibilities for business because I haven't seen a Twitter treasure hunt yet. I've seen Twitter writing competitions, Twitter poetry competitions, all sorts of things like that, but I haven't seen a treasure hunt yet. And so we decided we'd give this a go. We'd set up a treasure hunt, basically with the premise that so the first person twitters, Alison has to follow the link to a web page. There's a gift there. We've got pictures, we've got videos. I'll show you some of those in a moment. We've got all sorts of things going on, messages as well. And then that gives a clue as to who on Twitter she needs to follow next. So it takes her back to Twitter. She then twitters again. Wait, a couple of hours later, the next person twitters, takes her to another web page, and so on throughout her day until she finally reaches the prize. Now, of course, we immediately, being mainly business people on here, we of course immediately were talking about, well, think of the possibilities of this. If you were in a business, think of the different ways you could use this. So we're almost setting this up it was very last minute. So like I said, 24th this started, and today it's the 30th, and literally most of the web pages have gone up in the past 24 hours or so. So we're doing it on a fairly small scale, but we are hoping for a little bit of chat about this on Twitter and a little bit of viralness. And also, to help with the viral uptake of this, something you should learn about Twitter is something called hashtags. Now, hashtags are basically the hash mark followed by a word or a couple of words that identifies what the conversation is about. So if you're on Twitter and you see something like this, in fact I'll take you to Twitter and I'll show you where it's been discussed. So for example here, Cheryl has tweeted something about a web page related to the birthday, and she's put the hashtag in, which is hashtag Alison B-Day, birthday. Now every time one of us tweet about that, we put that in, and hopefully other people will then pick it up, and the conversation will happen around the Twitterverse, as it were, which means that you can then track those hashtags, and you can find out who's talking about it as well. And you can do that by going to Surmise, which is now search.twitter.com. So go to search.twitter.com, put your hashtag in. You can track this in other places as well, and just do a search on it, and you can start to see who's talking about it. So for example, initially it was SWBN sent out the first Twitter 3 hours ago. Alison has then seen it and retweeted and said, oh, surprise. So then I've tweeted to her as well. And then Corrine has picked up on it. Now, Corrine wasn't in on this in particular, and there will probably be a few people say, why didn't we get involved? As I said, all very last minute. So apologies if you didn't, but we know everybody would get on board who knew Alison and try and sort of tweet along with us. So you can see these hashtags that have appeared, and you get to the top, well, ZDog as well. ZDog is a friend of Alison's who I'm not following on Twitter and wasn't involved with the plans, and lo and behold has included the hashtag. So it'll be interesting to see now, as the day goes on for Alison, how these progress and whether this hashtag sort of goes much further afield. So that's a good way of tracking things when you're doing something on Twitter. So I think we've had at least a couple of lessons there already. I'm going to have to stop the video and start a new one, but the things you should really have picked up from that are, first of all, FriendFeed rooms are fantastic for collaboration. We use them within the SWBN. We've used them for this project for Alison's birthday, because they are fantastic places where you can go, you put something down, you can put links, you can put pictures, whatever. Somebody else comes and adds to it, so you can see that when you come back, and everything that's new gets bumped to the top of the friend feed room. So the minute somebody tweets, like Bill, that's bumped right to the top, so you don't miss anything either. And then, of course, the next thing you should know about is hashtags. If you're setting something up with you, a couple of friends, then put hash Alison B Day, or create your own hashtag, and it will help to track it around Twitter and for others to track it as well. For example, there was this one which was Tweet for Children for Christmas, and this was something that was suggested, and basically, let's see where it started. So it's older than this, and this was about getting people to donate to the Toys for Tots scheme for Christmas, and it's picked up along the way. I'm not sure if there's a third page, but Cheryl, yeah, it has. So Cheryl Locke and Sharon McPhee on Twitter pretty much started this, and as you can see, other people have picked up on it, and they've made blog posts, and whenever they've tweeted about it, they've put the hashtag in. So now we can follow this. We don't have to be following all these people on Twitter. You can just go and you can follow the conversation there, because everybody's been putting the hashtag. So there's a few lessons there, and I shall come back to you and show you a bit more about the birthday project.